welcome to Let It Out. If you're new here, my name is Blessing Boaz Adeotunolua. I am a Montessori directress and a child life coach. Thank you for subscribing. So today, we're going to be talking about something that I've observed in children. Every child has this. It is inherently built in the child. The child doesn't need to learn it. The child doesn't need to search for it. It is there from every stage, be it 0 to 3, where the child has the subconscious absorbent mind, or is 3 to 6, where the child is conscious in absorbing. It is there throughout the stages of the child. What is this thing I'm talking about? I'm talking about the longing of parental guidance in a child. It comes like an addiction in every child. The child just longs to be around his parent. He just wants to be around his mother, his father. You know, even when you go to work and come back, you see that the children always come around you. Even the child that has gained a sense of independence, where you expect that the child by now would be on his own doing all his things by himself, but you still find the child looking to be around you. It is an addiction. It is a longing for parental guidance that is there in every child. Now, what is this longing all about? How do we need to work with it? I see this longing as a window of opportunity, and every parent needs to key into this and help the child. How do we do this? Please stay tuned with me as I invite my guest so we can discuss more on this topic. So my guest today is my husband, and you can see my smiles is giving me out already. So you get to meet him now. So with me today, I have none other than Mr. Ashaju Boaz. You're welcome to Let It Out.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, we're just going to be discussing, it's just a chit chat show today. We're just going to be discussing about this addiction that is in children. I have noticed, I have observed this in children. It is in every child. You know, they just want to be around you. They just yearn for you, for your warmth. You know, they just want to be around you. It's like an addiction. It won't just go away.
Yeah.
They just seek for you. So what do you think about that?
Well, it's I think it's okay to call it an addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction is something you can't control. Addiction is something that has taken you over.
Yeah.
Something you can't get enough of. That,
Yeah, they really can't get enough of one.
absolutely,
Right?
absolutely. And I think it's a function that is inherent, like you said. It's a function that that is put in every child as a hollow that needs to be filled. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, it's not it's not something to toy with. It's not something to play with. Some parents fill that hollow with ice cream. Some parents fill that hollow with a hug, a bedtime story. And it's okay. It's fine. It's all part of it. But there's meant to be this intentionalness, you know, around whatever it is that you are using to fill that hollow.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that the children, they don't really know what they are looking out for. It's not like they are certain or they are specific on what they want. They come to you. It's not like they want you to give them ice cream, or they don't really know what that thing is, but they just keep on coming to you.
Yeah.
They just follow you. You go to the kitchen, they are there. You come to your bedroom, they are there. Sometimes you want to just send them to the television and all of that.
Yeah.
But I see it as a window of opportunity, right? That every parent need to key into.
You know, it's profound. It's very profound that you say they don't know what it is that they want. They just keep coming. You know, in the case of a natural addiction or a habitual addiction, you get to understand what you are.
Yeah.
What you are. I mean, what you're addicted to.
Addicted
Is it
to.
cocaine?
No.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Is it for the children? They don't know. It's something that has been coded into their DNA, and the longing is there. You know, and it's profound you said that, because the function of feeling the hollow or feeling the addiction, it lies on parents, lies on parental guidance,
Yeah.
lies on parenting. You know, the parent now uses that addiction or uses the force of that addiction to help the child. The parent directs the child or trains the child or nurtures the child, you understand, using the advantage of that addiction, of always wanting the parent's presence or always wanting the parent's warmth or always wanting the parent's guidance.
Yeah.
You know, it's important that parents understand this, that when your child comes to you, it's not that the child wants ice cream. It's not just that the child wants TV or the child wants you to give him money to go buy something.
Yeah.
You know, there is more to it. It's important that parents become intentional about the addiction, about how to sort and how to fill the hollow of the addiction that was put in their children in creation. It's important that happens.
Exactly. So if you know this show very well, you know that we always talk about intentional and deliberate parenting.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's just like my daughter following me all the time into the kitchen. You know, she just wants to be there. So sometimes I take advantage of that and say, very good, now that you're here, can you take this, wash the plate, do this? And you know, there's this joy that comes with it, right? She's a Montessori child, if I must say. She's a Montessori child, so all the practical life, you know, she has done all of that right from childhood.
Yeah.
So it's something that she longs for, right? She wants to cook, she wants to clean up, she wants to tidy up the place. So she yearns for it.
Yeah.
Once she comes into the kitchen, she'll be like, Mommy, I want to do something. Just give me something to do.
Yeah.
You know? And then I try to introduce her to something new, or I just tell her, okay, can you arrange the spoons? Put the spoons where they're meant to be, put the forks where they are meant to be. You know, one thing I notice about this addiction is that whatsoever thing, right, you get to tell them or you teach them at that moment when they come to you, it stays.
Amazing. You know, it's amazing you said that, because,
Yes.
you know, for me, you are basically just connecting the addiction, or the hollow to practical life. You are connecting, filling that hollow with building their character or building their personality.
Yeah.
So there's a hollow to keep coming to your parents, to keep coming to your dad, or to keep coming to your mom. But the dad and the mom needs to recognize that it's a hollow that needs to be filled, not just with ice cream, or not just with go to bed. Someone will read you a bedside time story, go play your Nintendo games. There's also that opportunity to build the character of the child that comes with the hollow in that addiction, that you can fill with so much more.
So much more.
Because like you said you got her to start Yada loves to cook. Yada loves to wash plates.
Yeah.
Yada loves to clean up. You understand? And for a 5-year-old girl, that's strange. You know, in most homes, she's a child. Don't bother her. But she does all of these things.
And the surprising thing is that she does it really well.
She loves.
You know, sometimes we don't want to engage them because we feel at the end it's more work on us because they don't get to do it the way we want to.
Yeah.
But I tell you, if you key into their sensitive periods, I've said this before, they will do it just the way, right, you have taught them to do it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I also think that, you know, just the way you've put some home chores into it, gotten her to love to do them, you could also get her to love to invent.
Exactly.
Get her to love to innovate. Get her to love to read books. Get her to love to create. You know, there's so many things that you can, you know, put into your child, you know, through the addiction, you know, through the sense of addiction of wanting to come around you, that you throw away every time you say go away or go and play your game or go and there's an alternative cost. There's an alternative cost for go and play your game. Exactly. There's an alternative cost for no, I'm busy. There's an alternative cost. And once you see the alternative cost, you start to use it to your advantage. The alternative cost is so much that you can build in the child, because the child is addicted to listening to you. The child is addicted to wanting your validation. The child is addicted to wanting to hear well done from you. You understand? And you can build so much around that. This is very profound, I must say.
It is. You know, I tagged it a window of opportunity.
Oh, wow.
Meaning that it's an opportunity for one to be able to impute, right?
Yeah.
Anything you want in that child.
Yeah.
Talking about innovation and invention, do you think that addiction is also a period where parents can inculcate that into their children?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
For instance, learning from you, I understand the 0 to 3 years, the absorbent mind, the 3 to 6 years, there's the subconscious absorbent mind, and there's the conscious learner, or the conscious absorbent mind, and there's that 6 to 10 years where they really, really get to concrete or get to, make real those things they've learned all over the years. Solidify, yes, thanks to the Montessori directors. Yes, so I believe that at all of those stages of development, through certain materials, the children can be taught to invent, to create. Yesterday I watched Angel doing some work with some Montessori material, and I realized that she was picking up certain tokens that were in color, shapes, and sizes, and putting them on certain inscriptions that were already made out on the card.
Yeah.
And she was creating shapes like dogs, like a tower, and she was excited. She was excited to build them.
Yeah.
Then I realized the elder ones now thought, no, I'm not going to use the card. I'm just going to build away from.
Exactly.
And that, for me, that was creativity. Yeah. For me, that was innovation. Now, all of that happened in the midst of, oh, Daddy, we want to sit down with you in the sitting room.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to be there where you are. And you were like, okay, bring out your pack of Montessori materials and start to use them.
Yeah.
And in wanting to be with Daddy and Mommy, and in wanting to keep to the rules of being quiet while you are with Mommy and Daddy, they decide to build something.
Exactly.
Decide to create something. And he led them into innovation. He led them into creativity. You understand?
Yeah.
I heard Peter saying something like, when I get my first BMW, I'm going to loosen it apart. And I'm going to rebuild it so that I know how to build the current BMW.
Oh my God.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That, imagine where it went to.
Yeah.
It came from longing to be with the parents, to building with the Montessori materials, then talking about dismantling an entire BMW to rebuild the new model of a new BMW. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So talking about creativity is really, really key in children. And creativity is a human tendency, right? So it pops out in them. And once you notice your children bringing up all those attributes, it is time for one to help them harness
encourage them.
Yes, to encourage them to build it up, So I was also thinking about entrepreneurship. Having spoken about innovation and invention, I'm thinking about aspects of entrepreneurship. Do you think children should be introduced to entrepreneurship now?
I mean, entrepreneurship, the basis of entrepreneurship is that one joins in creation. You understand? And Maria Montessori says that the child is a co-creator.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
So saying that should you teach children entrepreneurship is, you should rather ask, should we take entrepreneurship away from children? Because they are born entrepreneurs.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
The idea is, how do you increase the knowledge of entrepreneurship? How do you increase the principle of entrepreneurship? At what stage should you introduce what? At what stage should you encourage what?
Yeah.
I believe that the culture of savings should be encouraged at an early stage. You understand the culture of value for money, worth as against spending. So entrepreneurship is important at every stage of a child's life, but we must understand what to introduce at what stage of life. Yes, it's important. It's important.
Interesting, honestly, when you get to observe the child, there's so much to learn from the child. Just like you said, the child is a co-creator. It's just in them, right?
Absolutely.
It's just in them. They bring it up, they bring it out anytime they want to. Thank you so much for sticking by. Thank you so much for having this wonderful chit chat with us today.
I appreciate it.
I'll just want to encourage parents. I know sometimes we get tired, sometimes we get into this moody, stage of mind, but our children come to us all the time. Let's try to give them some amount of time as well. They come to you sometimes and ask you all sorts of questions. My God, these children can ask questions, questions that can just blow you up. But please, right, find out time, listen to your kids, answer their questions, chit chat with them, encourage them, boost their self-esteem, their self-moral. Do all of these things that you can do with these children. I tell you, they will grow up to be the man of the future. Thank you so much, Mr. Boaz.
You're
I don't know
welcome.
if you have anything for our parents.
Yes, it's important to say that the transparency of the child is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
The fact that you can see through them and nothing is hidden.
Honestly.
And your opportunity to be able to fine tune that openness before it gets closed is a life changing opportunity. It's an opportunity that you won't have twice in a lifetime.
You won't have.
So taking it as a once in a lifetime opportunity is important for every parent.
Yeah, it is.
And the addiction allows for openness.
It does.
Until you find a parent that has a 15-year-old or 14-year-old that is trying to do everything to get his parents out of his life, that's when you know what you've really lost. You have them young now, they want all of you, they want you to be there, and you feel you can slip away with, go leave my room, leave me alone, I'm tired, can we do it next week, and your next week never ends. Just taking the opportunity at all times to see through it and walk through it and see what you build in a child is an awesome experience. I must say, I made certain mistakes early, and I'm working very hard now to change that. Luckily for me, the third, second, and last, or the second, third, and last, are still within the age of the 10-year-old. Now I'm having to make him my friend so that I can get across to him. You don't want to play that. You want to ensure you are able to do better.
Yeah,
Thank
I tell you, if you're a new parent, you are lucky
to be listening to.
You
this
are
content.
lucky
Absolutely.
to be getting this information
Absolutely.
now. You are very lucky. All
Absolutely.
you need to do is try and know your child, key into the absorbing mind of your child, and before you know it, your child will develop the ideal personality that you so desire.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe you had a wonderful time, right, having this chit chat with Mr. Ashaju Boaz. Please, parents, like we said, let's find time for our children. Let's try to play with them, listen to them, and encourage them all the time. Please do subscribe to this channel and share our content with your friends and family. Bye.